Hello everybody. This video is going to be something that I never done before, especially in MLB The Show. I'm going to go over my settings, my sliders, because for the first time ever I did tweak some sliders in this game because I feel like pitching is far too easy. I go for a realistic MLB TV style experience. So that's what these sliders are going to be based off of. The base setting is Hall of Fame pitching, Hall of Fame hitting. Let's go through. Timing hitting, swing input buttons, directional camera shift. These two don't really matter. Guest pitch is off. You can have guest pitch on because it kind of takes the place of the new system they have in there for the PCI, where you can guess which side of the plate. If you want to be able to guess a pitch, it's kind of the same as going up there with a game plan. So you could have that on or off. I have it off. Again, none of this PCI stuff matters. Base running. I always use analog. I push the directional button, then tap the button corresponding. Something I've always done. You can do it any way you want. Auto base running, auto sliding is off. I do classic pitching because, again, most realistic or true to real. I started this year. I use it, so I like the ball marker off. Go completely on feel. Computer suggests pitch. You can have that. You can have that on or off. Border pulse marker doesn't matter because you're not using pulse. Buttons. Accuracy display. None of this matters. None of this matters because I do auto fielding. As you see, I have auto fielding on. The only thing I do is I do throw. Okay, general settings. As you see, simulation, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Tutorial tips, I actually want off. I thought I had them off. Don't need tutorial tips. If you're new and you want the tutorial tips, turn the tutorial tips on. Umpire accuracy. Average is supposed to be the closest to Major League Strike Zone. If you want the personalized, I can turn them on, but make sure you're paying attention to the commentary in the beginning of the game so you can learn. And when I used to have personalized on, I would keep a little notebook of each individual note they would give you about each umpire. If you want the closest thing to the robo umps, turn it on perfect. Pitch clock on, injuries on, ejections on. Although I don't think I've ever seen a player get ejected in this game. Balks. I do leave it on just because it's realistic, even though it's unfair that you can get called for a balk, but the PC or the CPU never does. Perfect on close plays. Actually, I want that off. Wind is on. I don't know why you would not want wind on. It's an outside game. I do pitch and hit from the broadcast, and I have my defense from the broadcast again because I'm going for that live feel. Ambush hitting controls doesn't matter because that only matters when you do PCI. This is why I was suggesting having guest pitch on to offset the fact that you can't do ambush when you're not using the PCI. Don't think I do have the outline of the strike zone on only because with my favorite team, the Orioles, if you watch their broadcast, you do have the outline of the strike zone. I had the hot zones on for under a pitching preview. Mainly because there's no real scouting reports in this game, so that's what I use as a scouting report. Pitch info is on, in-game notifications is on. Base running diamond on. So now I guess the big thing is the sliders. Apply the one change I just made. Okay. I'm going to read these off my phone because I wish these things would just give you a number. Okay. Contact for both human and computer is 6. Power is for both human and computer is 5. Timing for both computer and human is 5. Foul frequency is for both human and computer is 4. Starter stamina for both. I'm sorry. Foul frequency is 4. Solid hits is 4. Starter stamina for both computer and human is 6. Reliever stamina is 2. Pitcher control, human pitcher control, and computer pitcher control is 4. Human and computer pitch consistency is computer. Stop. The only so come down here. Manager hook is at 5. Computer pickup, CPU pickoffs is 3. Fastball speed is at 7. Off speed pitch speed is at 6. All the errors are at 6. Fielder run speed is at 4. Fielder reaction is at 5. Infielder and outfielder arm is at 5. Base runner stealing ability and stealing frequency all at 5. Wind is 3. Injury frequency for both playing in-game and simulation is at 6. And trade frequency I have off. I have 30-team control on. I turn this up as we get closer to the trade deadline to avoid stupid trades. But those are my sliders. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you tweak. And I hope you enjoy the content.